Hello there, and welcome to episode 20 of my self-employment vlog. Now I'm shooting this late on Thursday evening because I've got quite a busy day of teaching tomorrow, and I'm finding it harder to find the time to put these little video diaries in. But rest assured this will be uploaded in the normal way on a Friday, but I'm just shooting it later on a Thursday evening. So what's been happening this week? Well, it's been an okay week, probably not the best for a number of reasons, and most of them being me. I've just struggled a little bit this week in terms of procrastination and just not getting as much done. My productivity has been quite low, and it's because I've just not felt fully committed to some of the projects that I had planned to do. Most of these are the ones that involve writing. I had a couple of ideas in mind that I wanted to work on, and I thought I wanted to do them, but I sort of found a bit like a school kid who doesn't want to do their homework. I've found every possible reason not to sit down and do the work, and it's unfortunately it's a vicious cycle, because the less work I do, the more kind of frustrated I get. And I've done it quite a bit this week where I just haven't sat down and committed to the work, and I think probably because in my gut I just don't know whether it's what I want to do project wise. And when you're self-employed, you have to look at all the different work that you have available to you and choose what you feel you're going to get the most fulfillment from. So yeah, I've not done so well this week. I'm hoping that next week will be better. I'm going to blame everything on the weather because, well, we're British and that's what we do. We've had literally constant storms, just rain, storms, thunder, lightning, the works. And I've just found that I haven't really been in work mode so much this week. Now, I did start off the week well with some busking, which again has gone very well indeed, and I'm very happy with that. So far I've just done weekly busking, but from next week I'm going to try and do 2 days a week. The weather is looking better, so hopefully I'll be able to get out a little bit more. But I think I'm ready now to move on to a new pitch in a new location, so I don't know how that's going to go. It's going to be all new, but hopefully that will be okay. So for most of the week I've been working on The Nature of Solitude 2, and it's really coming on very well now. I feel like I've got pretty much the whole of part 1 blocked out. The only problem really at the moment is that it's in a sort of 8 or 9 sections, if you like, and I haven't got to that point yet where I sort of weave my magic wand and try and get all those sections to kind of link up in a nice coherent whole. And I did it, well, I've done it with all my albums where when you listen to it, it sounds very organic and it all kind of flows beautifully, but actually it tends to be made up of lots of sections that are then kind of woven together. So I haven't got to that stage yet, but I am close. Yeah, and I just hope that it does hold together, but I think it's got the potential to sound really good. Now, I've got a good friend of mine called Carl, who's playing guitar for part 1, and then my other really good friend who's played on my previous albums, Justin, who's going to play on part 2. The problem that I've got, and I wonder whether guitarists can kind of help me out with this, is that I've got a kind of an idea of how I want the guitar to sound, i.e. the tone, the actual sound of it, not the notes. But I just struggle really hard when I'm sort of mixing it all together to get that sound. It just doesn't sit in the mix properly, and it's nothing to do with the guitarist or the playing. My ears struggle to find that sound that I'm looking for. So I don't know if there's any guitarists who are watching who can maybe advise me on how to get the right type of sound. Particularly for solos. I'm talking like sort of Mike Oldfield style solos where there's a kind of intensity and a distortion there, but the melody and the tune needs to come out very clearly. I'm just struggling at the moment to get everything to fit in the mix, and I guess it doesn't help because actually the music for part 1 is at times very, very busy. I mean, there's a lot of minimalism influences, particularly the composer Steve Reich, because there's lots of interlocking patterns with big orchestral sections. There's a lot more emphasis on string writing in this album, and so there's lots and lots of kind of fast passages that are happening, and the guitar's got to try and break through somehow, and I'm just struggling to get it to sit in the mix at the moment. So if anyone's got any suggestions or advice, that would be great. Talking of the album, I had high hopes for someone really great to play on the album. I'm not going to name any names, but unfortunately they're unable to play on the album, which is a bit of a shame. I was kind of a bit gutted, but I understand, at the end of the day, everyone's got commitments and are busy, so it makes sense. But yeah, it's a bit of a shame. So I'm kind of in the process of having to find someone else who might be able to play the part. That's it. So thanks for checking by. I can't believe we've reached episode 20 already. Thank you to those who have stuck with me for these 20 episodes. I hope they've been informative, entertaining, or just okay to watch. I don't know. Do let me know. I don't get a huge amount of comments, so just let me know if you're enjoying this series or not. I'm quite tired now. I probably look tired. Yeah, it's been an okay week, but I feel I could have done a lot better this week. I feel a little bit angry at myself and disappointed that I haven't done as much as I could have done this week. That's the only drawback with being your own boss is, sometimes you've got to be a bit hard on yourself, and I don't feel I've quite been hard on myself this week. A little bit too slack, I think. So I need to get on top of things for next week. Anyway, thanks for checking by. Have a lovely week, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.